Hey everybody, this is Ray Rob.
I'm Ray.
I'm Rob, and tonight we are doing our before and after reactions for the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer.
All right, Rob. I'm not embarrassed to say this, but I'm excited about a Spider-Man movie again. I didn't think I would be after meeting Spider-Man 2, but I am.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. With Marvel more or less at the helm, I think that's what's really exciting me. If this was Sony just rebooting for the again, I don't think I probably would be forgetting it before I even watched the trailer.
Yeah, and Civil War whetted the appetite. I thought they did a great job of introducing him, making him feel important, making him feel different, young, and vibrant.
Yeah,
love seeing how I got to play off everybody else. And so we're getting this new iteration, but it still feels different. I think even the trailer before this, seeing him at school and stuff, it's kind of making it feel different and exciting.
Yeah, and I will admit, I've never been a big reader of the Spider-Man comic books, but what I do know of the character is he's a little cocky, he's a little fun, and that's one thing that neither Tobey Maguire,
as a kid,
or Andrew Garfield really captured. Yeah. They both kind of did that kind of brooding, kind of thing, and I'm excited to see a different take on the character.
Right.
And I think casting him an actual teenager to play a teenager is a good start.
Interesting casting decision.
Right? Nobody over the age of 25 will be playing a high schooler.
We're not saying Tobey Maguire was over 25.
Right.
We're saying he was over 30.
But it's we saw from that first trailer, there's that nice kind of high school feel that was more in line with a John Hughes movie, which I know they're trying to go for.
That's the genre here for sure.
Yeah. So I think that's keeping it fun, more in line with what Marvel's doing with their characters in general.
Yeah.
And I think that helps.
I think Tom Holland just is kind of nailing down the version of Spider-Man that I kind of think we haven't seen yet that I want to see. It speaks with the New York accent. Yeah. They're really making this in New York, which is, that's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, and they recently released the poster, which I loved. I thought it really captured, again, the tone of the movie. Instead of having that kind of obligatory web-slinging pose.
Something blowing up.
Yeah. It's just him hanging out by the river.
Wearing his school jacket.
You see the Avengers Tower in the back. Again, great tie-in about what they're trying to do with the shared universe. And it was just a lot of fun. It makes me excited.
Well, let's check this out to see if they can continue that going.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's up, guys? So, to become an Avenger, are there trials or an interview?
Do me a favor. Can't you just be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?
Save a life for us.
Just stay close to the ground.
You're the Spider-Man from YouTube. Can you summon an army of spiders?
Oh, Ned, no.
Do you know him too?
Stole his shield. Can I try the suit on?
Badass.
The rich and the powerful, like Stark, they don't care about us.
The world's changing, boys.
Time we change too.
These weapons are crazy dangerous.
Listen, Peter, forget the flying monster guy. There are people who handle this sort of thing.
Your League of Weapons Ferry was at 2:30. You missed it.
Sarcasm.
No.
What if somebody had died?
I was just trying to be like you.
I wanted you to be better. I'm gonna need the suit back.
But I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it.
I screwed up.
You need to stop carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders.
I want you to understand. I'll do anything to protect my family. I know you know what I'm talking about. So don't mess with me. Because I will kill you and everybody you love.
My friends are up there!
The guy is still out there. I've just got to do this on my own.
Just don't do anything stupid.
I got this.
All right?
Yeah.
Of course not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that trailer.
I did too.
I don't know how this is the 6th Spider-Man movie, and they still are finding new ways to use webbing, like the web bomb, the turning a plane with webbing.
There were a couple of, tropes that they've used before, like the holding together of the ship and all of that. But, it
kind of reminds you of Tobey Maguire holding back the subway.
Absolutely.
I guess I feel that too.
Yeah.
But what do you feel about the overall tone of the movie so far?
I mean,
you said you wanted more action. This trailer
they got me
definitely
more
had
action. Yeah, they got more action in there, and that was good. They still had a little bit of the mixing of the high school years.
He
had his friend in there a little bit.
Sure.
I think that really adds a nice little,
that's
dynamic.
His best buddy.
Yeah, adds that nice dynamic, which I think is pretty cool. But one of the things I find most interesting is Tony Stark.
Yeah, I love what we're seeing from him.
Daddy Tony.
Little Daddy Tony.
Daddy Tony. It's
definitely he's coming across like that. At the very least, it's coming across as Spider-Man or Peter Parker idolizes him.
Yeah.
And actually that kind of makes sense if you think about if you're a kid from New York, you've seen Tony Stark. Obviously, he's had this giant building, but then you see him in the Avengers.
Yeah.
Take a nuke into outer space and save your city.
Right.
And you've seen him
being a science nerd.
Yeah.
And having Tony Stark also be
just makes so much sense.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He would do that. So, but yeah, I mean, to me, the line of the trailer is when Tony tells him, if you're nothing without that suit, you shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
pretty much nailed it. He nailed it.
And it looks like he takes the suit from him.
Yeah, there's multiple scenes where it looks like he's back to the shabby hoodie kind of goggles thing. So yeah, and it looks like Tony takes it, and then he has to fight maybe the last battle without it.
Right.
Which is kind of interesting, and again, it would make sense with that line and I guess the overall tone.
Yeah, and it kind of shows you maybe that theme that they'll do for Spider-Man. He's got to learn to not just rely on maybe the stuff Tony's giving him. He's got to become really Spider-Man. He's got to be able to do this on his own, as he says in the trailer.
Right, and that actually brings up a really great point, because I really feel like with Spider-Man's entry into the Marvel Universe, the Avengers Universe, makes a lot of sense, because, I don't think we're going to get another Iron Man movie.
No.
I don't think we're going to get another Captain America movie. No. I think Infinity Wars is probably going to be the last real movie that either one of those guys do. So, what's going to keep people interested in the Avengers Universe when those characters are gone? And, Spider-Man's a great tentpole character to bring in to make that happen, and also help them get excited about all the side characters, Ant-Man, Falcon, these guys that they're bringing in to kind of take over.
Yeah, and it kind of looks like Tony Stark is kind of mentoring him to be maybe, he can pass along the torch to him, because, Tony Stark looks like he has an affinity to Spider-Man as well. But kind of we're saying too, since we're not getting any more Iron Man movies, it's really interesting to see the journey that we've seen Tony Stark go on, and he's going to continue to go on in this movie, it looks like.
Yeah.
He's probably, you can almost argue, with Civil War and now with what it appears to be in this movie, that Tony Stark is his arc as a character is he's had more change and development since his trilogy has ended than he did during his trilogy.
No, and that's fair. And I think the most interesting thing about his character, is with all of these, solo movies.
Yeah.
He as a character can interweave through them, never really having to have another one of his own movies, but still be integral parts of other people's movies. There's already tension between him and Ant-Man. That they showed that in Civil War. Obviously this stuff with Spider-Man, and I'm sure they could, figure it out for other characters as well. And he could interweave whenever they felt like they wanted to.
Yeah. And the cool thing is with this Spider-Man movie is if Tony Stark wasn't in it, you wouldn't necessarily think this. He wouldn't necessarily have to be in this universe, right? Because they're doing its own thing. Yeah. And that's kind of cool. But then you do have that piece that fits in perfectly and just kind of takes it up a notch.
Yeah.
But the other cool thing is, kind of seeing, again, going back to Tony Stark. Now, we didn't see much of him, but you kind of see that arc with him as that daddy figure, as you just said, which is so interesting because we know that Tony has this really weird relationship with his dad. And you can almost, maybe over the course of this trilogy, see Tony Stark's relationship, mend his relationship with his dad through this relationship he's going to develop with Peter Parker. That could be really cool to watch for people who are a fan of Tony Stark in this universe.
Yes, I mean, obviously not knowing the comics at all, really, in that respect, I don't know if their paths ever really crossed in that way.
I don't
but
know.
I think if they didn't, and this is an original idea that they're kind of taking and going with in these trilogy, that's really great. That's really genius, because I do feel like sometimes comic books, purists really,
Yeah.
they want to stick to the source material, do not deviate, do not come up with new ideas. And for them to kind of create this new idea and go with it, it really fits the tone, on a grand scale, is really meaningful. I think is really great.
Yeah, and then we talk about how you're going to make this feel different, and that's how. That's how they're doing it.
Absolutely.
So, we didn't mention the before part, which we easily could have, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like literally scared of his character right now. He comes across very mean, very angry.
Well, I mean, this is Birdman 2. After that shot with Emma Stone watching him fly away, he is becoming Vulture. If nobody knew that,
when he originally turned down the part, I literally thought it was because he thought the character was too similar to looking to Birdman.
Right.
But apparently that wasn't the case.
Yeah, no, and I think he's going to knock it out of the park. I'm really glad to see a resurgence with him. I'm really glad to see that he's able to kind of fill, as an older actor, get these roles that I think can still kind of add to the canon of his career.
Yeah.
And I'm super stoked for him.
Yeah, it's probably minimal commitment. I don't think they're going to try and do a Sinister Six thing with him.
Right.
Especially since it looks like he's going to know that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, because it seems like they meet each other without his mask on. So
yeah.
So I don't know. It seems he seems like this will just be a one-off for him, but I think he seems like he put a lot of energy into it, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, well, he's a top-notch actor. I'm glad people are still realizing that, and I think it's super cool for him. I hope he continues putting together really great projects for the years to come.
I think he will.
All right, well, this is what we're here for, so let's do it. Let's talk about the rating. I don't think it's going to be a surprise.
No, I'm going to forget it. Shocked, not it. No,
psych your mind.
I'm midnighting it. I'm really excited to see this movie. It's hard to say if I'm more excited about this than Guardians. Probably Guardian. I don't know. It's really hard to say. I'm excited about both, but I want to see this. I think Tom Holland does a great job. I love his line delivery. I love the version he's thrown us. I want to see the maturity of Tony Stark. I want to see this movie.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. I will be midnighting as well. If Sony was just doing another reboot, I probably would have forgotten it. But now that the Marvel Universe is taking control of this and kind of bringing it into the fold, I want to see what they do. I think it's going to be really special, and I want to see where it goes into the future.
All right, guys, now it's your turn to write in the comments below what you think of this new movie. Are you just as surprised as us that this actually looks good?
Also, hit that like and subscribe button to catch all of our upcoming videos.
So then, this is Car Ray Rob. I'm Ray.
I'm Rob.
What are you supposed to be, some kind of cosmonaut?
No, we're exterminators. Somebody saw a cockroach up on 12.
Must be some cockroach.
Bite your head off, man.